Good evening, everyone. The beauty of not having slides means I can do whatever the fuck I want. I came thoroughly unprepared, but this is my third beer now and I'm getting warm. My name is Allisat. I'm the CRO of Unbabel. And just in case you're confused, because that says CCO, it's a little sales trick. Chief Customer Officer if you're talking to clients and prospects, and CRO if you're talking to salespeople. You don't want to scare them in the first meeting, right? What does Unbabel do? We're an AI technology company based in Lisbon and San Francisco, and we basically pause. See, I'm learning. We enable companies to communicate with their customers in any language. So we're like the Uber of translation. So the drunker I get, the cooler my explanation gets of what we actually do. But we're a translation as a service company. I was going to talk to you today about globalization, how important it is. But I think it's much more important to talk about, what it takes to be a good salesperson. Not drinking beer in front of your speech is a good start. Just joking. So I had dinner yesterday, and really good conversations. Notion Capital is one of our investors. And by the way, everybody that sponsors the event, thank you so much. But please invest more so you get better speakers than myself, and the beer remains free throughout the evening. So we had dinner yesterday, and you can stop me at any time. I was asked sort of, why did you go into sales and what's important to you? And, do you know NLP? And I said, yes, I'm mirroring you right now. And I'm so bored, I'm anchoring right now, thinking I'm in paradise. And I said, NLP works, it really does. But be careful that you don't get caught doing NLP on somebody, right? That's the end of that meeting, the end of that business. So really, and I go back to what Elaine just said, unless you're northerner, be authentic. Just don't try and be somebody else that you're not. So even as a northerner, you can speak northernerish. If people understand you, that's fine. If they don't, speak differently. But if you try and use NLP and you're not a master like myself, you will get caught and people will think you're a fraud. If you come over overly enthusiastic about a product that is actually bloody boring, people will look at you strangely and think like, why is he such an energy bundle? This is not that exciting. So don't overdo it. Be yourself, be authentic, right? Be passionate, right? There's a huge difference between passionate and energetic and over the top. Let's go over to globalization because I've got another couple of minutes to kill here and I'm anchoring myself again. So I moved 24 times and speak a couple of languages and I'm German and see, I'm German. I'm being authentic, I drink beer. So my first interview, I was one of the first employees at Omniture before we IPO'd and then got acquired. And I met with Josh James, who was a Mormon. And we had dinner. And he ordered a glass of water, and I ordered a beer. And he said, what the fuck, Wolf? Don't you know I'm Mormon? I'm like, what the fuck, Josh? Don't you know I'm German? And he hired me anyway, and so the story goes. But globalization goes beyond just understanding different cultures and being authentic, but fitting in, not being an ass all the time. It also really takes a strain on your budget, your time, your travel. So TripIt sent me my 2018 stats, and I traveled 340 days, over 360,000 kilometers. So I have an ex-wife here, as you can imagine, and a girlfriend in Barcelona, and I live in Lisbon. Yeah, it doesn't help. Man, this is a long 7 minutes you're asking me here. So going back to the resource and strain on your time. You're not enjoying myself. I see you. It's a tough crowd here. Really focus before you go out in there. So we just, we just opened a San Francisco office. We hired 12 people. They cost more than all of Lisbon together, pretty much. And but it took huge strain on my time, on going out there, finding the right people, and getting them trained up. And then I'm always on calls at midnight because they don't want to get up at 7. And so, really focus on the right candidates, on the right countries to go into. So only go into countries where you actually have a good market fit, where you speak the language, and where you're going to do business. Don't try and go to Singapore in month 3, right? Because you will not be successful. It's just too far away from home. you don't speak the language, and business is really hard out there. Then who goes? Is it the founder? Is it the CRO like myself? Find the right person. Find somebody that wants to be out there, because if you're miserable and you're away from family and friends, that's not much fun either. How much time have I got? 1 more minute. All right, I'll take.
Wrap up now. I mean, it's up to you.
Do you want any other tricks and tips? Prepare. I really hate it when salespeople go into meetings that not prepared, haven't got a clue who they're talking to. Go to LinkedIn if you have an account. I imagine you do. Have a little wander around, right? Look at the people you're seeing. Understand their hobbies. Know which school they went to. You might look at all the mutual contacts, but be prepared. And I'll leave you with just be better prepared than I am for this speech. Thank you.